boy is fueled like fire. Right on. And he's got something to say to those 50 billion pair of ears out there. Pop it, D-Man.
Hi.
Welcome to Miscellaneous Movies. I'm Paulie.
And I'm Jirok.
We're not movie reviewers. We just want to talk about some movies.
There will be spoilers.
1997's The Fifth Element.
So this naked girl falls out of the sky, and she falls in John McClane's cab.
Bilu Dallas Multipass.
But his hair's bleached.
Multipass.
I like that. That's a perfect synopsis.
Yeah,
I think that's.
I fucked it up. I couldn't think of the name.
There's a podcast I listen to that does WoW lore. It's the Morally Gray podcast, and one of the characters discusses things about lore in a very they get it wrong, and it's funny when they get it wrong, or like when I'm not saying you got it wrong. I'm saying I like it when it's not perfect. So that was
intentionally.
Yeah.
So she jumps off Nakatomi Plaza, and Carl's there.
Carl
From
Carl.
Remember that show?
What's everybody's history with this movie?
Hot babe.
Saw it in the 90s.
Yeah, I saw it in the 90s. This was a movie for me that I saw for the first time in pieces. Like, I watched the beginning, and then I ran off because I think I got bored for a second. And then I came back and just kept watching certain parts when Bruce Willis was in. But the most memorable when I first watched it was obviously, and I'm sure we'll get there later, the operatic scene.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And just the whole world. I as a kid, would always see parts of it. Like, it was one of those that was on TV a lot. And you just remember just specific things. And, you're like, oh, that's from that movie. And it wasn't until I was older that I saw the whole thing and just appreciated it. But, there are so many memorable parts that you could just pick out one thing and it would make it a favorite movie.
Yeah, definitely involving sci-fi movie, and you get you can easily get lost in it, from a younger age. But I think everybody kind of comes back in with Chris Tucker, who steals the show.
Mama, what's this thing with all these numbers? No. Because if it was a bomb, the alarms will go off because all these hotels have bomb detectors, right?
And that really hooks you in.
Come in!
Pretty good.
Thank you.
Wow, Jirok, that is amazing. I was trying to think of a line. See, Jirok, you're awesome.
Okay, we need this super green. I want this green. No, but yeah, in the technology for the time too, 97, and how good they made everything look with the green screen.
Yeah, and it's so realistic. What I love is too that it's not a utopian future. It's kind of a future is a lot more realistic.
Welcome on board, Mr. Dallas.
Morning.
To level 10.
Well,
You have 5 points left on your license.
thank you for reminding me.
Like, I love everybody flying in their little hovers, and you just see that futuristic McDonald's, the futuristic Chinese boat that's just floating around and goes to people's windows. And just
I really like that. That was cool.
Grandfather say it never rain every day. This is good news, guarantee. I bet you lunch. You are fired.
Oh, at least I won lunch.
A lot of good special effects that don't look totally fake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's amazing is all that driving to our places. What do we have now? Grubhub, Diner Dash, Uber Eats. I mean, we're getting to that age now where it's happening.
Yeah, and we're going to be able to eat with the person.
Yeah, where's my Asian boat guy? I got a window.
Yeah, me too.
And that was another thing that really fascinated me was his apartment. Like, I always wanted his apartment.
Yeah, his is pretty cool. I like how he gets the cigarettes and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My job is for you to quit.
Those cigarettes, though, that was like a puff. That was about it.
Yeah. Yep.
I did not like the cop's uniform, though.
Yeah, they were really... It was almost like they were trying to go for an armor feel, but it was more just a lot of puff.
Clunky, yeah.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of the Sylvester Stallone Judge Dredd. Compare those two things.
Yeah.
I swear it looks so similar.
Yeah, except they at least fucking didn't have a shitload of padding in the Judge Dredd one.
Give me the cash. Been here long?
Yeah, long enough. Come on, give me the cash.
What was that hat he was wearing?
His hat was a picture of the hallway, so he had it up against the eye hole. So he literally just like opens the door and you just see the picture. Just like, give me the cash.
That when the cops came, smoke you. Wrong answer.
Negative. I am a meat popsicle.
Sir, are you identified as human?
Oh my god, I love it. Great. And how the bed makes itself. So what happened when he was like hiding everybody. He put the people in the fridge, like you were saying, Paul.
Oh, that was the epic, like everything you see in like kind of stage performance. You know, utilize everything. I liked it.
Yep.
Yeah, and I always felt bad for the one who got frozen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
all
what
three did, didn't they?
Yeah, it's like a group of them, I think.
Yeah. They all got frozen. Lilu got a bath. And the priest almost suffocated because the bed made itself with him in it.
Yeah, he made its bed and slept in it.
Remember that when he opened up, he's like,
Would you like some coffee?
It felt like there was two different movies at one part. So in the beginning, when they're trying to just, the archaeologies and everything, and then like the aliens come down, that was kind of scary to me. The big dudes, with the little itty bitty heads, and they kind of moving a little bit like.
Be right there. Yeah, they just
Bangalores or whatever they're called.
The ones at the beginning, what were they called? The Mundanesian. Let's call them Mundanesians. I don't fucking Mundashiwans. Those were the big gold spiky ones.
Didn't they use their DNA? Because it wasn't like his hand was left over that made Lilu, right?
No. So his hand just did the key thing. She was that. That's actually a really good fucking question, actually.
Yeah, because I just kind of went with it.
Yeah. Because I think they tried to made it like it was her, but I mean, because in the beginning when they take her, they take the statue of the fifth element. There's no hands, there's no body parts, there's nothing. It's just her face. And you're right. It was a hand that they had.
One of the big dudes, yeah.
Right. So it had to have been like him. God, maybe the statue thing was just a cover.
Maybe.
Oh, we're getting deep in story here. Maybe that was just a cover. Maybe he was the fucking fifth element the whole time.
Whoa.
And that's why the priest was like, you must hurry. Let's get out.
Stay back, Luke Perry.
Yeah, Luke Perry.
There's a picture of the hand.
Put the gun down.
I see that.
Let me get up in here.
Yeah, that's what I said. Let me see that.
Yeah,
Is
dude,
Tuck
that's
again?
definitely.
Oh, she's not here. Huh.
That looks definitely.
Oh, did you see what my brother posted? Me as a mugshot from back then.
I did.
That was a good picture.
Oops.
Damn it. Yeah, that's the hand of the big dude, isn't it?
It looks like it because that statue I don't think had a hand. So it
Her
had
wrist
to have
tattoo always reminded me of that little thing you get when you're a kid to see if you have skin allergies. When they poke you with those 4 things.
Yep.
Well, I looked up some interesting facts on the movie.
Do tell.
First off, did you know Mel Gibson turned down the role for Corbin Dallas?
Well, that would have been a really weird Corbin.
A blonde Mel Gibson.
Would he use this Aussie accent, you think?
Yeah. I don't know. Corbin Dallas, mate. It's good to see you there. All right, come on in. I wasn't really fucking Australian. I don't fucking know what I was doing.
I don't know. That's cool. All right. Director Luc Besson started writing this movie when he was 16 years old. How's that?
That's fucking interesting, man. That's
Gary Oldman only took the part as a favor to the director because he previously funded a pet project he was working on so he can start directing. So Gary Oldman directed a movie called Nil by Mouth, paid for by the director of this movie. But I think Gary Oldman did a fantastic job in this movie.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Can I be angry in it? A lot of suppressed rage in all of his movies.
So was he like half like metal or something? Because remember, like, he walked with a limp and he had that weird plastic thing on his really weird looking head.
Mm-hmm. I think so. I think he probably. They don't really say about his backstory too much. I guess you can only assume that, like, yeah, he was either in an accident or he was like a soldier at one point because he made weapons.
I really like that thing he did. Just that, his demo where he's shooting. That was really cool. I like that.
A real killer would have asked, "What is the little red button on the gun?"
That's good, man. Thanks.
Yeah.
Prince was the director's first choice in the role of Ruby Rod. That's Chris Tucker's character. But he turned it down, stating the role was too effeminate for him. Let's take a moment. It was too effeminate for him. This is the guy who wears high heels everywhere he went.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and motherfucking girls.
Do me, baby. I'm going to channel my Prince.
Yeah, and there we go for the next one. Chris Tucker stated he took inspiration from Lenny Kravitz, Prince, and Michael Jackson to craft his character. How's that?
He's a triple threat.
Lilu's language was created by, like, the language she had.
A linguist?
Yeah, so I was talking to other people about this, and they said that her language was, this is before I started doing research, was supposed to be angelic or Arabic or some form of something to show that she was a higher being. Did you ever hear that before?
No.
Okay. Hey, Norco, what are you doing, by the way?
Clicking around looking for images to post.
Yeah, I'm hearing too much background from you. No offense.
Is it the keyboard?
It's a little bit
or
of
is
everything.
It my mic?
But no offense to AA Ron, it's way better than his background noise. he's so guys. Yeah. I love the man, but it's just too much.
I'm also drinking, so
that'll do it.
It might
well,
just
then
be
proceed.
My glass hitting down on the.
But the question is, what are you drinking?
A Kentucky breakfast stout.
Oh,
starting vacation. So.
Oh my God,
getting it off right.
Where you going, Frank? Someplace exotic.
It's a beautiful cornfields of Central Missouri.
Oh, that's exotic.
Lilu's language was created by the director and her, which consists of 400 words in the vocabulary, and they practice this language by writing letters to each other.
That's cool. So you can learn the language.
Yeah. Lilu multipass.
Lilu menai lakravagibab laminai chai ekpat sapat.
There's a reason for all this. Are you ready? Here's the build-up. The alien diva singer. You were talking earlier about the opera singer. There's some cool stuff about that, but let's first start with this. Did you know the wife of the director was the singer?
No. Wow.
And of course they had someone else sing for her, some opera person.
But that was her body. It was her movement.
Mm-hmm. If you want my body and you think I'm... Now, with that said, here comes the fun part. Mid-filming, he left his wife, the director did, for Mila Jovovich.
No. Dang!
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
They later got married and then divorced quickly in 1999.
She needs your love.
So I think those secret letters that were written in...
It was all a code.
I am very disappointed. I like it. It's good. Bruce Willis and Gary Oldman never shared any screen time together, so they filmed their stuff individually. And that's one of the first times. It's pretty rare for these villain hero actors to never know that they were in the movie together.
That is true.
Bruce Willis ad-libbed the line.
Look, lady, I only speak 2 languages, English and bad English.
I like that one.
Y'all think, okay, this is a perfect thing. Look at the picture right there, okay, of Lilu's hair, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
Now, do you have a picture later in the movie of her hair? There's a point to this.
Is it because the bottom is brown?
Nah.
Oh.
But right when you said that, I clicked on this Prince thing, and it shows his bottom exposed. So, that's not
this movie is too much for me. It's too flamboyant, shows too much.
Yeah.
Display. I don't know why.
So Mila started the movie with red locks, like you see in this one picture, right?
Yeah.
And later it changed. And want to know why?
Why?
You silently say out loud.
Why?
She had she was continuously dyeing her hair to keep it orange like that, and it started fucking up her hair really bad and like breaking off, like hair was breaking off.
God.
So they made the decision to put a wig on her.
That's dedication.
Yep.
That is so dedication. I'm going to lose my hair just for this part.
Fun fact.
And then she found $5.
And she found, oh man, now you're using my lines. Damn. You remember when he got the phone call when he's trying to get his, little cigarette?
Hey, Dogman, Finger here.
Hi, sweetie.
I love you too, Major, but you haven't called me Dad since basic training.
That was the voice of Vin Diesel.
That was Vin?
Mm-hmm. Unaccredited.
That was seriously Vin Diesel?
Mm-hmm.
Before he became Fast and Furious.
Get fucked. Oh my God. I was even saying, who the fuck is this guy? I love him. And now I love him even more.
That's weird because one of the Bangalore guys, the monsters, was Paul Walker.
What?
Is it really?
I made that up.
That would have been so creepy.
Agnon, is that you? What an ugly face. It doesn't suit you. Take it off.
You just see Paul Walker's face. That's bad.
Never be ashamed of who you are. You're warriors. Be proud.
I like in that one scene, just cutting away from that, where remember when they first took over the boat? Bruce Willis is kind of like casually sneaking up. So what's going on? Okay, yeah. All you gotta do is kill the leader, and then anybody else want to negotiate?
Yeah. Where did he learn to negotiate like that?
I wonder.
Yeah, tiny as the president. How funny. He was a good president, though. I'd fucking vote for him.
I loved this movie. And when we were joking around about it last week, and next thing you know, we said, let's do it. This is a great summer movie to me. This is like, you don't want to go outside because it's too hot, so you pipe on the air conditioning, you sit down, and then bam, that's on cable, or you pop it in. That's summer. I like it. Then you go jump in the pool afterwards.
And also a cold shower after Leela.
Ugh. Are you sitting there like, multipass?
Yeah. She's hot.
Yes.
I
just can't stop seeing fucking Prince's ass.
I know. I can't even. It's like you're wearing macaroni too. Listeners, enjoy this when you come on to see what happened. Is that a balloon or something in front of him? What is that silver thing?
Prince macaroni.
That's a dude's. I think that's a dude's cup. No, I don't know.
It's like airing up or something as he moves. Maybe
that's like part of his outfit.
All right, I gotta stop looking at Prince's ass.
I know.
Okay. There was a Fifth Element novel that came out 7 days before the movie came out. The guy who did the costume for Chris Tucker made the cones of Madonna.
I think he did all of the costumes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, it's John Paul. But when you told me that, like, all I could think of is the cones now.
Yeah. Pretty futuristic even for the 80s.
Was it the 80s
or was that
or
in the 90s?
I thought that was early 90s.
I was
Because that's
thinking
when
about
she was accused of like sleeping with a whole basketball team.
that. Well, she did that. Yeah.
Oh, that's fact.
I also read that. Yeah.
I like how you just look so absolute. Oh no, she did that. Yeah.
That was on the internet.
I was
that
there.
happened. There's video.
Yeah, I know. There was that picture taken with like her surrounded by a bunch of like half naked dudes. I remember that. But did you ever think Madonna was? I mean, do you guys? What's your opinion about it? Sexy, not sexy, hot, whatever.
Old.
Well,
her.
Did you ever find her sexy? How about that?
I think in the 80s, but I was too little.
Her teeth were too much for me.
Yes. Yeah.
That gap. She makes how much money and she never got that shit fixed.
It was trademarked. I mean, that's her thing. Now, okay, Dick Tracy. She was really attractive in Dick Tracy, right? No?
Yeah. And I didn't mind her in A League.
Yeah, she was great in A League of Her Own.
Maybe it's just her hair.
That's true.
I don't know.
For me,
maybe she just looks really good with dark hair. Oh God, there it is. For
me, it was "Open Your Heart to Me" was the song back in the '80s, and she played a striptease, right? And it was one of those sliding up, sliding down kind of striptease things. And there's a music video going on, right? That I thought she was the hottest in. Other than that, no, I could never get into her or into her.
Oh. It's like a prayer. She's gonna take you there.
Well, no offense to everybody, but I think this is, I mean, what else are we missing, you know?
I don't know.
I mean, I'm probably going to douse this with a bunch of fucking sounders because that's my homage to this because, I mean, unless we dissect each single scene.
You need to put in Chris Tucker saying something funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then, pause for that right now.
What? What's that about?
Just shut up and count.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Then Mia Jovovich with probably with a multi-pass.
Lilu Dallas multi-pass.
Or the bada boom.
Bada bang boom.
That's what she's famous for. And then the Gary Oldman screaming at somebody.
Look, it's easy. Look at my fingers. 4 stones, 4 crates. 0 stones, 0 crates!
But was Chris Tucker doing a radio show?
Yeah, he was.
Or was he recording a futuristic podcast?
Ooh. Final thoughts?
See it for Mia Jovovich and Bruce Willis's blonde hair.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great movie. I think if you've not seen it, you need to stop whatever you're doing after the show's over and go watch it because it's amazing.
Turn on Netflix. There you go.
Yeah, and you know what? You could Netflix and chill to this movie.
Oh, fun fact. This tells you, I mean, I'm not a perverted mind here. This is just something I noticed. For Mila Jovovich, real quick little history. She did Dazed and Confused, right? She took an acting hiatus for a little while to she was a musician. And then she got this role after she decided to come back to movies again. This then branched off to do Resident Evils. Now, this is where the don't think I'm a pervert is, but the main 3 Resident Evils, remember those like the most popular ones? In each movie, you see a part of her body that's nude. I'm just saying.
Well, she's not afraid to do that shit. I mean, she was in what was it? The remake of the Blue Lagoon.
What? There was a remake of that?
Yeah.
Return to the Blue Lagoon.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was the girl. And of course she was
Return
topless
to
like the whole time.
Wait,
Island
was she
incest.
at least legal?
I'm pretty sure.
Because
yeah.
the first Blue Lagoon, she was not legal.
Well,
like illegal.
It wasn't as, I guess, bad back then as it is.
And it was her brother.
Was it her brother?
Isn't it about a brother and sister?
Like that was
No.
like a friend.
Swiss
or
Family
something.
Robinson.
I've only watched the Blue Lagoon when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And after that, I never thought it was fun. I was like,
Just
never got into it.
2 kids get stranded on an island, coming of age.
Yeah, I know what it is.
The old
brother and sister.
The old guy dies. No, I'm not. I'm not describing it for you. I'm describing it for the listeners, Paulie.
Dude, everyone knows what the Blue Lagoon is. Come on.
Oh, please.
Really?
I doubt it. How many of you know what the Blue Lagoon is? There, nobody said anything. So they don't know.
Okay, can I branch off this? We got a little bit of time. Can I branch off this a little bit and talk about Stranger Things? Has everybody seen Stranger Things?
Yes.
Not yet.
I have not finished the third season though, so
we're not gonna. Yeah, don't worry about that. We're not gonna talk about the spoilers or anything. I want to talk about the 80s.
Okay. Yes.
Why did I hear Norco like?
It's a drink. Sorry, it was a drink again.
Okay.
Fuck the 80s.
Here we go.
So the Blue Lagoon sparked that because I was in the 80s when I watched that, and I was a kid. And then, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know what the hell is wrong with this third season of Stranger Things, but it's just got me really just deep inside the head, you know, just fucking ninjing it.
A lot of nostalgia.
Yes. We talked about that the other day, Narco, and I'm just on board with that. I love it. Now, they've taken it and they just made it more just outrageous, obviously. But I really just, nostalgic of my youth. You guys were never born in the 80s, right?
I was born at the tail end.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was born right after the wall came down.
And now we're putting it back up.
I know. We haven't learned from history. Come on.
Them going to the mall, them doing all that stuff. Oh my God. In the first season, them on their bikes. That was my childhood.
Yeah.
Freedom was getting a bike and just go.
Yeah, that was a lot of reference to E.T. in the first season.
Yeah.
A lot of 80 movies references. Whole series.
Rad. But there's a big thing going on right now where no one really grasped the concept of the 80s. And they're arguing the fact of how much smoking was in...
Yeah. There has to be. That's the way it was in the 80s. Magnum PI was smoking. They're smoking on Miami Vice. It wouldn't be an 80s movie if they didn't have that.
That's because they don't have vapes. That's why everybody's freaking the fuck out, because nobody's vaping.
But they all do have like $1,000 CB radios on their bikes.
Yes, thank you. Those we had these El Cheapos from the 60s when we had ours, because those were yard sale shit. But yeah,
there's Nam.
You were a black Marine in 1968?
A war puts a man through many, many changes.
And the fanny pack pissed me off because even though the fanny pack was invented in the late 80s, the 90s really made it pop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to digress, the cigarette smoking thing. My parents smoked like chimneys when we were kids. My parents' friends. Everywhere you went, and I grew up a lot in North County back in the day, every house you went to reeked of like old stale cigarettes.
Grocery stores, movie theaters, doctors' offices.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there really was no, like there is now. Anybody could smoke anywhere, pretty much.
Yep. And I remember in the 90s, they started getting away from that. And at first I was really pro it, because I was like, yeah, let's not smell like ass all the time. But, well, even today, I still kind of agree with it.
Put it in the series for the nostalgia. They tailor the background music to the different scenes that seem like different things. Like when in the third season, when I'm not going to give a spoiler away, I don't believe, but when the one Russian guy's walking around, it's just tailored to like the T2 Terminator music.
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, I'm done with that. And I need to rewatch it, and I don't want to. Like, I can't force myself to. It's the weirdest thing. And people who've seen the whole season will know why. I don't want to relive it all over again. I want to, can I just skip to scenes I wanted to see over again? Can you do that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that like watching a Kevin Spacey movie? Because, apparently that guy is retracting his statement about what, he did to him.
What?
You didn't know about that?
Yeah. No.
Yeah, he totally took away his whatever. Fuck, I can't use the words for it right. What did he do? He dismissed the charges.
Oh, but he didn't retract what he said?
Oh, I don't know. He just,
that's going to cost a fortune.
Apparently the guy had a girlfriend, and when that apparently incident occurred, he was texting his girlfriend saying, dude, Kevin Spacey wants to suck my cock. What do I do? And she's like, suck it. So but I don't know. Does that put him back in the good graces? Cause there's a lot of movies I want to talk about that have Kevin Spacey in it. And
listen, So yeah, he's got that shit, but I don't think that we should let that keep us from watching a good movie. Because, I mean...
Oh, it's well said, the way I like your thinking, because
yeah.
I like Ghost Dad by,
yeah.
Hey, get some wooden pops, woo! But, I mean, he's a fucking serial rapist.
Right. Well, that's why I stopped talking, because in my head, I went to the thought of Michael Phelps, and of course, I mean, not Michael Phelps, fuck. Michael, he didn't do anything wrong. He's okay. You're all right, Michael. What's that one fuck's name? The Raiders.
The Raiders?
He played for the Raiders, I think. Michael Vick. That fuck. I go back to the
torture animals or something.
Yeah, he fucking did dog fights or whatever. So in my head, I'm over here talking in space. We can't let that. But at the same time, I didn't personally watch any football Michael Vick shit, but
I don't know. Point of the story is, as we move on in our lives, we've realized that half of these stars that we grew up watching are all fucking sick fucks.
What do you guys think about the movie Seven? It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
I love Seven.
Oh,
but
with
the good thing about that is
Morgan
Kevin Spacey's
Freeman.
in it.
Yeah.
And he just hate him more.
Yeah.
It's John
Would that
Doe.
be a summer movie? I think that does.
Oh, I think so, for sure.
I think we should do that for next week. What do you
feel
think?
like more fall,
dude,
right?
you can't.
Why?
I'm out of town. You can't do Seven.
Yeah.
I know everything about that movie.
What movie are we going to do next week then? Since we can't do Seven. We got to pick a good summer one. Now, I say Jurassic Park. What?
Okay.
Stand By Me?
Yeah.
That's Harvey Weinstein. I mean, he was a rapist. So was the director in that.
But we're going to do Seven.
I just wanted to throw it out there that Harvey Weinstein was a rapist.
Dude, Harvey.
Everybody in Hollywood is a fucking.
Oh my god, dude! For one of the miscellaneous podcast episodes, it never aired because Josh says you can't fucking have it all in there. We were doing the Heath Ledger conspiracy theory, right? And while we are doing that, I did all this research and it fucking dug right into the Hollywood underground, and that was some serious effed up shit. But the problem is, you got your spokespeople coming out as Roseanne Barr and Kanye, so you're already going, that's credible.
Jesus.
God. But it is real. There's, Corey Feldman, fucking another shitty fucking representative for that. But they talked about all the casting couches and all the fucked up shit they made people do, especially in Stand By Me. The behind the scenes, I found out about that was fucking creepy.
Oh my
Which part? Are you talking about Feldman's issue?
What do you mean? From Stand By Me or?
Yeah.
Or just in general. So in Stand By Me, Will Wheaton, his parents would drop him off on set and they'd come and pick him up every day, right? Good parenting.
Bring home the money.
Yeah. But River Phoenix and Corey Feldman would just wander on set because they're already previous stars. So now they're exposed to this world where they think they're adults, they're treated like adults, and not only that, this is where the fun part comes in. So when they went on lunch breaks, they would be drinking beer, doing drugs, and River Phoenix lost his virginity in a brothel while they were filming.
Jesus.
Not while they're filming, but like when they were on a break.
To Kevin Spacey.
And then I simplified it in my head. I said, look, this is a great opportunity if you're a sick fuck. Way back when they started making movies, some sick fuck that was in charge of something said, hey, we can get anyone to do anything we want because they want to be rich and famous on the silver screen.
Right. Were you guys familiar with Weinstein before all that happened?
No, I never knew who he was.
I knew the Weinstein Company, but that's
yeah, him and his brother, the Weinstein Company. He produced a lot of Kevin Smith's movies, and so if you listen to a lot of Kevin Smith's podcasts and his evening with shows, he talks about him. And then it was like a common joke, though. Every time Weinstein was in the audience at the Oscars or anything, everybody's like, "Oh, there's Harvey," and everybody talked what a monster he was. And then this came out, and then everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's doing that. He's a monster." Everyone knew he was a monster. Why did everybody get so appalled when they found out what was going on with Rose McGowan?
Could it be
Rose
just
McGowan was the one that broke it? if I remember right.
Okay.
I know it's old news, but
No, it's still good news because, like I said, the problem I always had is I loved Usual Suspects. Can I watch that, or am I a rapist?
Watch it.
So
what I would stop
There's
watching
other people in the movie than Kevin Spacey. You don't have to
commentary.
Like I stopped watching House of Cards only because I got bored. The show turned and took it. I didn't want. It turned from being political commentary to everyone having sex. I was just like, I'm not
creepy
interested in that.
sex.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like this person sleeping with somebody. It was
Sounds
like
like Hollywood.
Yeah, it kind of was, and then finding out I don't know if Spacey has been convicted, but it's creepy, and it's like it's kind of like American Beauty. After hearing this stuff, I'm like,
yeah, your referenced in your head is American Beauty. No, you're hitting it right. 17-year-old girl, but it was a boy.
He was creepy in that one. Yeah.
And the dad coming up, the next door, what is it? The one dad, the army dad,
The military dad.
So you want to do Jurassic Park next week?
Yeah.